Southern morning. Stand and say the pledge of allegiance. Have a moment of silence, please, for people in uniform. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Pat, could I have a roll call, please?
Mr. Herzog?
Here.
Mr. Cox?
Here.
Mr. Floral?
Here.
Mrs. Keys?
Here.
Mrs. Miller? Mr. Smith?
Here.
Mrs. Starr?
Here.
Mr. Chairman, there are 6 board members present, that's one quorum.
Can I have a motion to approve the minutes of the prior board meeting?
Also move.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Mayor Foster, you are here. You got in from town on a slippery day.
It is a slippery day. I want to thank y'all for inviting me out again. I appreciate the opportunity to come out here. I apologize for not being able to make the last meeting, but had a bit of a scheduling conflict. I do want to be here as often as I can. I think I'm getting a little scruffy here, so apologies. Hope everybody had a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. It's been a good holiday season. Just a few items of interest I wanted to go over. You may have heard that we had a student resource officer from North Cumberland Elementary. He was out directing traffic a couple of days ago and was hit by a car. They did fly him out to UT, but he is doing well. He's got some broken bones, a lot of lacerations, but he is home recovering now. So just wanted to give you an update. I've had a lot of questions about him. Since I've been here last, we have actually hired a new maintenance director, which is already showing signs of improvement. And you may or may not have heard that the county commission approved the human resources director for the county. We have over 400 employees. We've never had a human resources director, but it was approved, the funding was approved, and I actually have made the hire, and we're going to have someone starting on February 13th, so I'm pretty excited about that. Another thing that's coming up that I need to probably talk to some of the board members about is the census. 2020 sounds like it's a long time away, but it's really not, and I've been contacted by the U.S. Census Bureau, and they want me to start a complete count committee. So it's something obviously I want Fairfield involved in. It's important for the county, the city, everybody here that we have as good a count as possible because there are a lot of funds that come from that. There is a big change this year with the census in that it's going to be conducted online. So that's something that we're going to have to do some education about and help people with because we do want to make sure that everybody is counted that could possibly be counted. Wanted to just go over a few of the county's financials with you. The BOE sales tax collections are about $142,000 above projections. That's always good. Our property tax collections are at 50.5% year to date. Last year we were at 51.5, but we're still strong. Hotel motel collections are $407,995, which is slightly down from last year. Prisoner boarding, the money we get for housing the state of Tennessee prisoners is $210,795 for the first 4 months. Our ambulance collections were a little bit down this month at $248,882. With the holidays and some sicknesses, we've had a couple of our billing people out, so there was a little bit of a backlog that's getting taken care of now. That should be recovered. And our gas budget, it was budgeted at $2.25 a gallon. Diesel was $2.50 a gallon, but our weighted averages for both are well under that, so we're doing that well on that as well as usage. A little announcement, Monday the 28th at 6 o'clock at the Palace Theater downtown, there's a Horizon Hope event. We're going to have a guest speaker, Melissa Newman, is going to show ways that raising hope can increase positive impact in the community. So we'd like to invite you all out to that. If you're going to be there, I will be saying very few words, but I will be there as well. Again, that's all I've got today. I want to say I'm honored to be your mayor, and if you have any questions, I am open to taking them.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you. Okay, the President's report. Another holiday season is behind us. It's hard to believe that Christmas and New Year's have already come and gone. When I was younger, I never wanted the holidays to end. But I must admit now that being able to get back to normal without all the traveling and guests, being able to sleep in and enjoy all the Glade has to offer is something I look forward to. So to all who have been traveling and to all who have been entertaining, welcome back to the life we moved here for. Family, Sharon and I would like to take a moment to thank all of you that have had us in your prayers this last month. As some of you know, my daughter has gone through her 6th abdominal surgery in 6 years. So we have been in Washington, D.C. helping the kids get through this. In fact, Sharon will be there for at least another 2 months. I only mention this because I realize I have been somewhat sporadic in my email communication during this time. I always remind my board members that no matter what happens, family should always be first and foremost in our minds and actions. And this has been one of those times. F&B committee. Our new F&B committee is up and running. But as always, the unexpected can happen. We were sorry to hear of the loss of one of the members. Mark McDonald passed away January 12th. I did not personally know Mark, but those that did have nothing but great things to say about his expertise in food and beverage and the quality that the man was. Needless to say, we will miss Mark's input, but more importantly, our prayers and thoughts go out to Mark and his family in this difficult time. Survey. The recent food and beverage habits survey was a brief survey generated by Tom Anderson, our developer, as he is finalizing his plans for his general store project. It will also provide our food and beverage committee with some valuable information for their planning purposes. In general, this project will be built near where the old Sassafras restaurant was located. This is his project. It's not something that the community club is paying for. But we do think it will be of great importance and have a great positive impact on the community as a whole. Local internet. There was a question at the last board open air session that was a good one. It was asked who provides internet to the club facilities and could they possibly become the provider for the entire community. Ben Lamont, which I think was originally called Bowl First, ran fiber optic cable to all our facilities several years ago. And at that time, they said they would eventually make this available to the residents if there was any interest. They were even starting a list of those residents that would be interested in order to properly judge whether this would be possible or not. Unfortunately, there have been some changes within their organization, and I have been told that supplying that service to our residents is not in the works at this time. Our fire department. At the same open air, there was a question about the fire department operations and problems. It was stated that rumors are starting to grow within the community. I want to make it perfectly clear that the community club is continuing to fund the fire department operations and that the fire department is operating normally. We will continue to support the fire department financially. We suggest, before you believe any rumors that may be floating around, that you contact the fire department directly and get the information straight from the horse's mouth. New committees. At yesterday's workshop, the board approved the final draft of both the new F&B committee and the new government relations committee's charters. These will be posted, or they will be or are already posted on our website, and I suggest you look and read those charts. And that's all I have from across the board. Thank you. General Manager's report.
Okay, thank you. Master plan projects, the new police department building, we'll be doing a PR later this morning for $200,000 to complete the planned renovations and upgrades for that facility. So that was all part of the master plan for that facility with a total budget, including the purchase price, of $700,000. The concert park, we're going to be presenting a PR for $30,000 later on this morning to start the land planning for that concert park. It will be subject to finalizing a land deal with the developer before we spend any money on that. The Stonehenge Turf Care Center, the slab has been poured, so they should be starting on the metal building, actually erecting the building here pretty soon, weather permitting. The Racket Center improvements, we will be engaging a consultant, probably have them come out here in February. We passed that PR in December, and also had another consultant come in, but that consultant indicated that they would not give the licensing to the conceptual plans to a local architect, and so that was a deal breaker for us. So we'll be going with the first consultant that gave us a proposal, and that PR was for $20,000. Then the Stonehenge Clubhouse improvements, the 50% construction drawings are in process. Should get those along with the cost estimates from contractors by March 15th. So we'll have something at the March board meeting related to that project. On the deferred maintenance front, we've installed four new gas heaters in the Racket Center indoor courts. And so hopefully that will keep our tennis players warm in the wintertime. And other items, year-to-date golf rounds for 2018 were 126,000. That's almost 20,000 fewer than budget, and about 7,000 fewer than 2017 due to colder temperatures and rain. We had 77 inches of rain in 2018 compared to 67 inches in 2017 and only 42 inches in 2016. 2016 was a great year for golf because we had a real dry summer. Fortunately, the average rounds per course are holding at 101, and that was the same as 2017. So that is, when the courses are open, is the average number of rounds per course that are played. And that's my report.
Thank you. Barbara, resort report.
Good morning. Wyndham visitors so far this year in 2019, we've had 816 visitors. And for 2018, there were 48,360 Wyndham timeshare visitors. As far as department revenues, the Community Club Conference Center, year-to-date, 15,500, which is 4% of like revenue. Dartmoor Marina, 6,600, which is 4%. St. George, 102,700, which is 48%. Golf is 860,900. I'm sorry, Dartmoor was 102, and St. George is 37,000. And food is 215, which is 10%. A total year-to-date for timeshare revenues with food was $1,239,237, which is 15% of that revenue. Unfortunately, we're down about $200,000 from last year with the timeshare visitors and revenue. Thank you.
Thank you, Barbara. Bill Murphy, Architectural Control. Like this shirt.
Well, I got it in Jamaica last month. It's pretty nice.
Now we can hear anything.
Now you can hear me? All right. New miscellaneous approvals, which is changes to existing homes through December of 18, 1,377.
through December of 17, 1,399. So pretty close, but again, we can talk about the weather and all the rest of things. The one I like was new homes approved in, through December of 18 was 94. So we almost hit that 100 mark, but 94 is good. 86 last year. New homes started, 91 through December of 18, 86 through 17. New homes completed, 73 in 18 and 90 in 17. Again, the weather takes a lot into the landscaping has to be done, so I kind of eat this up there. Lot mergers completed in 18, 7, 17 is 2. Home crosses property line is 10 in 18, 0 in 17. Green space is 44 in 18, 45 in 17. For a total in 18 of 61 and 47 in 17.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Monthly financial report, Denise.
Good morning. All right, okay. Overall, we're still doing very well. Our balance sheet for sewer is at cash is at 1.8 million. Equity is at 12.6. POA and amenities is 3.5 million, and members' equity is 34.5. For revenues on the sewer side, we're 811,000 in revenues, positive, and it's positive 120 from budget. That's mainly due to higher than expected tap fees and lower payroll costs. Sewer cash flow is negative $1 million, mainly because of the secondary force main. But we had budgeted for that to be 1.2 million, and it actually had a positive variance of 166, so we came in under budget. Or actually, Bruce came in under budget. POA and amenities, results from operations was positive 326,000 compared to a budget of 146, and in 2017 it was 47,000. This positive variance is primarily due to recognizing $370 in deferred lot merger revenue. We were deferring some of that revenue as it was collected, but we decided that that didn't make a lot of sense, that we should go ahead and recognize it as we're collecting it, so we made that switch. That won't happen again next year. Then POA and amenities cash flow was positive, 556,000 compared to a negative budget of 857,000. Again, part of that is due to the deferred lot merger revenue. And also we deferred 996,000 of master plan projects to 19, so those didn't occur. Food and beverage year-to-date operating subsidies were 628,000 compared to 692 in 17. And this was mainly due to a large banquet that occurred in December. We're watching labor closer than we were before. I mean, I shouldn't say we're watching it closer, we're actually trying to make adjustments. So we saw a $63,000 improvement over the same period in 17 for December. As Bob mentioned about the Food and Beverage Committee, we are looking forward to the upcoming changes that we hope will come out of this committee. We're very impressed with them. Golf year-to-date excess revenues were $441,000. That was $388,000 behind budget. And as Bob said, it's mainly due to the weather. And also, timeshare occupancy rates are down from 17, and that has impacted golf and F&B significantly for their revenues. And that's all I have, unless you have questions. Everybody's quiet.
It's the weather.
It's the weather, yes, thank you.
Thank you. Unfinished business, we have none. New business, purchased requisitions. Can't say that word. Police department. Notice that Chief Williams has a new look.
Yes, my chin gets cold. Good morning, everyone. Today, I have two purchase requisitions. The first for a new police department vehicle. The price of that vehicle, taxes included, is $30,764. That is a 2019 Dodge Durango all-wheel drive police utility vehicle. That is replacing a 2010 Ford Explorer with about 200,000 miles on it. This vehicle is bought directly from the Chrysler Corporation at state contract pricing, saving the community club on our nearest bid approximately $8,000.
You want to talk about the upgrades
Oh,
first, and then we'll do both.
Okay. The next one is a $200,000 purchase requisition for the final completion of renovation of the new police station, formerly known as the Discovery Center. This will take care of our parking lot, bring it up to ADA compliance. Also, the installation of a generator, so we may have power 24 hours a day, and a few minor renovation completions.
Okay, thank you. Any questions for Mike? Okay, can I have a motion for the $30,764 for the police department vehicle?
Mr. President, I'll move to approve that purchase requisition.
Can I have a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Police station upgrades, $200,000. Can I have a motion to approve the upgrades to the existing police station?
Mr. President, I'll go ahead and move for the addition of the $200,000 to complete the police department upgrade.
Okay, can I have a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Mr. Smith,
Yes, sir.
yesterday, as you know, we received the annual report from the police department, and I just want to compliment the chief and the police department. This is one of the, certainly the best reports, the most comprehensive reports that we receive over the course of the year. I said the same thing last year, but again, this year, it's an acknowledgement I'd like to make.
We're very proud of the job they do, and they're a very positive influence. Okay, concert park planning, $30,000. Can I have a motion?
Yeah, I would like to move that we approve the purchase request in the amount of $30,000 related to concert park planning, with a very significant caveat, that caveat being that no money on this purchase requisition be committed or spent until a land control document is in place that is acceptable to staff and the board.
Can I have a second on that motion?
I'll second that.
Okay, any further discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. We have two purchase requests for computer replacements. Both of these basically are, this is just my understanding is this is basically a 5-year rotation. It comes up to upgrade our computers. We get to a point where technology is a great thing, except if you don't keep upgrading it, you fall aside, you lose whatever advantage you have. So these two requests are just normal replacement requests. It was 2019 computer replacement request for $23,000. Can I have a motion on that?
I so move.
Second?
I'll second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Again, same type of thing, Phase 2 network infrastructure upgrade. Again, same type of thing. This is just a continuing and ongoing, every 5 years, this is something we have to do. This is for $28,600. Can I have a motion, please?
I so move.
Can I get a second?
I'll second it.
Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Additions to the 2019 capital budget, carryovers from 2018. Bruce, can you sort of explain?
Yeah, we've got two projects, the police headquarters and the Stonehenge Stroke Care Center, where we did not complete all the scope in 2018. And so we need to carry those dollars over to 2019 in order to complete the scope not completed in 18. And it's amount of $21,115 for the police headquarters and $332,631 for the turf care center. So I make a motion that we carry those dollars over into 2019 to complete those scopes.
Can I have a second on that motion?
I'll second that.
Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. That is it for new business, I believe. Next would be Pat, Fairfield Glade Residential Services. And thank God you're not wearing shorts.
No, not that crazy.
Well, I don't know about that.
Can I make a motion?
Yeah, well, that's probably true. Just remember one thing, you guys around here. Never laugh at your wife's choices. You're one of them. Okay. You know, this wonderful community of ours got so many great, wonderful things in it. Hospice and dance clubs and so many, golf. We can go on and on and on. And another wonderful organization, Fairfield Glade Resident Services, just completed their 10th year. The organization now has 180 representatives, working volunteers in the community. And to date, I was just going to give you a couple thumbnail sketches of what we've done over the 10 years. I'm not going to bore you with a lot of stuff, but these programs, the Vital Life, which was our first program, has delivered over 12,000 kits, not only in the Glade, but in the county. We still have our Medicare by appointment only. Of course, that's done near the end of the year before December 1st. And Evelyn Kornreich handles that. And if you have any concerns, you can still, getting ready for next year, you can still go in and set something up with her and she will fill you in on what's going on. Our Welcome Home Committee, I don't know how many hundreds of families we welcome, but with coupons, with places to worship, restaurants, brochures, and gifts from local businesses. And that program is ongoing, and we have quite a few people working in it. Home delivered meals to date started in November 2012. We've packed 20,000 plus meals, have driven over 25,000 miles, and serviced over 250 of our residents. This is strictly a Fairfield Glade program. The Way to Go program started in 2015, had some milestones in January. We completed 4,500 rides and we've driven over 110,000 miles. And as you know, at the last meeting I mentioned that we now have expanded to Cookville, medical runs only. Last but not least, we have a Caring Connection, Senior Enrichment, and a Music and Memory program. These three programs, we don't go into a great deal of detail because they're personal. But the Caring Connections program, what it does, quite frankly, it supplies home health care related services. It helps with forming support intervention teams and helps families who are in crisis. And to date, we've helped about 750 families. The Senior Enrichment program is fairly new, but actually this is a unique one. This is where home visits are made by one of our volunteers. And what they'll do, they'll help people with phone calls, group game time, just chat, sharing memories, and companionship. We do have some elderly folks in this community that live alone, and it's pretty sad. So these people do help out, and they bring a little enlightenment to them. And the last one, Music and Memories, this is a brand new program that is now becoming county-wide. We're actually one of the late people to get into this, to be honest with you. It's now used extensively up at Good Samaritans, Uplands, Windridge, and some of the other areas such as our facility here. And all it is, quite frankly, it sounds a little complicated, but it's really where this project is to apply science, technology, and professional healthcare expertise in the area of therapeutic intervention in music. Now, if you know what that means, would you come and explain it to me after this meeting? It's a little complicated for me. But anyway, take it off. And it is true that music does trigger